I'm going to jump right into these 3 super quick time management tips, and then we will announce the next 4 Christmas cash winners. So if you can honestly say, I am really good at time management, like I feel like I could probably teach a course on time management, drop a 2 down in the comments. And that's okay, guys. Like, that is not being braggy. I would drop a 2 in the comments. But I have spent years and years and tens of thousands of dollars learning how to manage my time. So drop me a 2. Now, if you feel like, heck no, like I don't even know where my time goes most of the time, you're probably in the 99th percentile, and that's okay. Drop me a 3 in the comments. So we are going to give you 3 very practical time management tips that all have to do with your day-to-day tasks. So the first one is just eliminating tasks. This is where goal setting is crucial. You should have a mission statement written out for your family. You should have a 30, 60, and 90-day goal set for your business, your personal, your health, like different areas of your life. And that is something that I've got lots of videos on. I do have one specifically that if you want more info on goal setting, just text me goal setting on Facebook or Instagram or YouTube or email it, like wherever you're watching from. My information is linked. Text it to me and I will send you the video. It's about 20 minutes. It goes through a lot of goal setting tips that are very, very helpful. So eliminate tasks that don't serve your goal. Like what you're doing daily, you should not be a slave to your tasks. You should be the master of your tasks. Like you should be doing things on purpose to get you to an end goal. So a couple things that I've eliminated is one of them, and this is going to sound stupid, but before I started this little advertising gig, we didn't have any money. We were very, very broke. That's why I started doing this. I used to do surveys for money. You did like 10 surveys and you got like $1. Like they didn't pay you anything, but I just needed a way to make money. So I remember first getting into this business and I could not let go of that. Like in the back of my mind, I was like, well, what if this fails? What if I don't make any money? I've got to keep doing those surveys. And I wasted so much time. Finally, I was like, you know what, Tanya? You just need to stop doing them. And like that, I freed up time. Another thing is I used to say yes to any event that people invited me to, and this will help you during Christmas. Now, I don't say yes to an event unless I actually want to go. So if I'm invited to something, I will politely decline if it's not something I actually want to do. There's no point in saying yes to people just to make them feel good. Okay, I know that sounds harsh, but again, this is you taking control of your time, your life, and your family. And sometimes that means telling people no. And that could be events, that could also be people asking for help. Like, I'm a stay-at-home mom now. Well, I'm work-from-home mom, but I'm a stay-at-home mom. I don't know if that makes sense, but I get paid to stay home and play on Facebook, basically. Not quite that simple, but pretty much. So I have a lot more time than moms that work outside of the home. And because I've created it, like I've made more time for myself. So a lot of times people ask me to watch their kids and I don't feel obligated to say yes anymore, because just because you don't see the work that I'm putting in different areas doesn't mean I'm not putting it in. My time is going to certain places. So just eliminate tasks that are not serving your bigger goal. Number 2 is automate tasks. So simple things like paying your bills. It only takes probably, we're gonna just lump it in, to pay all of your bills by calling or logging in or whatever, probably would take 30 minutes per month. Not a lot, right? Not a lot at all. Now multiply that by 12 months. Just paying your bills, just automating, paying all of your bills, you save 6 hours of your life. Like, what can you do in 6 hours, right? That's a lot of time. That's the one of the things I can think of. If you can think of something else to automate, drop it in the comments. Like, I'm always looking for ways to do this. Now, one with my business that I learned how to automate was the ad system. Instead of spending hours hunting people down, I learned to start having people come to me. So when I pick up my phone and I open my messages, I've got people in my inbox wanting information on either the product. A popular one of ours is just, we have a hair growth supplement, which clearly works and I clearly take. So I put ads up about that every couple of days. And so when I open my inbox, I've got a flood of people wanting info on certain products or wanting info on how to make money. So instead of me spending 2 hours each day, which is what I did in the beginning, like to get up to full-time income, I spent 2 hours a day just hunting for people. So by learning how to automate that system, guys, 2 hours a day, 7 days a week, that's 14 hours a week that I freed up for myself. So automating your tasks. And then the third thing is delegating your tasks. Now, this is something I'm not very good at. I don't like asking for help. I don't like even paying for help. Something that we're going to be automating soon is our monthly house cleaning. Now, right now, part of the reason I don't is because, weird as it is, I enjoy it. I like to clean. I like to have one day a month where I stick my earbuds in and I just go to town and I clean my house. But I could probably pay someone to do that and go spend that one day a month at a spa. Like, I could find other things that I like, but right now, it's something that I'm just not willing to let go. I will, and again, I don't expect anyone to understand that because I am OCD and that's something that most people do not like to clean. But I do. It's so relaxing. It's so stress-free. I'm also pretty cheap. Like, we were broke for so long before this business that I don't like paying for things. Like, I know that just sounds awful. I am working so hard on my money mindset and so hard to just remind myself that my time is worth more than my money. And that's something that is really, really hard for people. I can't tell you how many moms I talk to that they struggle so much keeping their house clean. And they could pay someone to clean it, but they choose not to because they're too cheap to do it. They value their money over their time. And again, I'm in that category. So I'm not talking bad about you, I promise. But it's hard. Okay. It's very, very hard. Delegating tasks for me. Another hard one is when it comes to my classes. Like right now, I just teach one class a week. I'm looking on picking up one class at our church. I teach a couple online classes, but one that I go to. I'm looking at picking up a couple more classes because I really love teaching. And I don't get paid for any of these, but it is what it is. Like, I teach because I love it, not because I get paid. So delegating to parents of like, okay, can you make the snack for this week? I remember it was so hard. Guys, this was so hard. I'm going to tell you this quick little story, and then we're going to get into the winners. For Halloween, what I did for our lesson is I brought in a giant pumpkin, and then I wanted to bring in some roasted pumpkin seeds so the kids could touch them and feel them and eat them, and then use it as an illustration of God can do amazing things with something super, super small if you give it the right nurturing. Because some pumpkins are little. Some pumpkins are like as big as cars. Like you see them. They're not normal. They're like the giant ones. But the seeds are all the same. They're standard pumpkin seeds. So it was a really good lesson, but it was I've never roasted pumpkin seeds. I never even ate pumpkin seeds. So I was like, well, I'm going to Google it. I'm going to go get me a pumpkin. I'm going to get 2 just in case I screw the first one up. I'm going to gut out the insides. I'm going to rinse them like it says. I'm going to like put them in the oven. And finally I was like, there's a lady at my church that talks about eating pumpkin seeds. She loves roasting them. She also loves finding ways to give back to the church through acts of service. So before I could chicken out, I literally picked up the phone and I was like, hey, Janine, and if you're watching this, because I know you watch my videos, thanks again. I was like, hey, and I texted her, I was like, hey, Janine, I was like, would you mind roasting me some pumpkin seeds for junior church? And I had so much anxiety over that, guys, because I was like, I don't want to ask her to do this. Like, she's busy. I had all these reasons in my head, right? And she's like, oh, yeah, I'd love to. That was it. She brought the pumpkin seeds. The kids loved them. The kids wanted to win the extra bags for prizes. I saved money on prizes that week because I gave them some pumpkin seeds, y'all. So delegate your tasks. So eliminate your tasks, automate your tasks, delegate your task. Now, he ended, this was a time management seminar that I tuned into. He ended by saying something that I didn't understand until I thought about it, and now I understand it. While I'm finishing this up, if you're ready to hear the winners of the $10,000 cash drawing, drop me a 5 in the comments. So he finished up by saying, you multiply your time by giving yourself the emotional freedom to spend time on things today to create time tomorrow. Didn't get it all. I literally, like, it was so over my head. I was like, I don't know what that means. I listened to it 4 times. I went to his page. Like, I dug deep to figure out what the heck he was talking about. And what he's saying is when things come up that need to get done, like, you spend the time and actually do them. Because when you procrastinate, you're virtually spending double the time. Because your brain is thinking about doing it today. You don't do it because you procrastinate. You watch TV. You just waste that time. So instead of, I'm just going to give an example of homework because I work with a lot of teenagers and that's what comes to my mind. So you're supposed to go home. You got an hour of homework to do. That's due tomorrow when you get to school. You've got it all laid out. You're going to do it. You get home, you eat dinner, you decide you want to watch TV, play games, chat with your family, whatever. Before you know it, you're so tired, it's bedtime. You get up in the morning, you rush to get that hour of homework done before school. That hour in the morning, you could have been doing your devotions or getting ahead on assignment or whatever. You could have been productive. Instead, not only did you waste the hour that you had planned to do your homework yesterday, you also wasted that hour today because you're doing yesterday's task. So I know it's not something that's normal. And when I heard it, I was like, ooh, boy, I am right up there with you. Like, I am so bad at doing this. So anyways, I hope those tips helped. I do want to get into the winners because I'm so excited about this. By the way, if you still have people to nominate, you're welcome to nominate them. Oh, the names are right here. I'm like, I wrote the names down. Where'd they go? If you don't know what we're doing, like I said, this little advertising gig is something that has blessed so many of us. Like me personally, I wanted to be able to be a stay-at-home mom and bring in a full-time income without leaving my house. Sounds too good to be true, right? But I had a friend that was doing it and I was like, I'm working full-time, my kid's in daycare, I don't want to do this forever. So I just decided to go for it. And again, guys, I was working full-time. I was not blessed enough to be a stay-at-home mom that someone else was paying my bills where I could just kind of like come into this and if it works, great. If not, okay. Like if I didn't make the money, my bills didn't get paid. So when I finally replaced my full-time income, started doing this full-time, like it became a legit business to me because again, if I don't make money, the bills don't get paid. So it wasn't something that I kind of like pitter-pattered around in. Like this was an all or nothing thing. So when it just blessed us so much, my husband and I decided like we just want to do so many give back. Like that's what the company focuses on, is just giving back to people. So sometimes we give back as a family. Sometimes we give back as a team. Sometimes we give back at the larger level as a team. So that's something like our team right now is doing a $10,000 giveaway. We've also sponsored a family for Christmas where we did actual Christmas presents. My family and I have gone out and do several give back things in the last few months. Like we are just really focusing on giving back as much as possible. So I've got 4 families that I want to announce tonight. Two of them asked to basically remain anonymous, like tell their story, but not give their actual name. So we're giving a first name. They've already been notified, but we're not going to give a last name. And those are Catalina. And she was actually picked because it came down to, she had to make a decision for her kids. And it was a good decision, but it meant losing a lot of income. Or just putting themselves in kind of a financial bind, I guess is the best way to put it. So it came down to either they're going to pay rent this month or they're going to have Christmas. And she chose rent because that's the responsible thing to do as an adult, right? So we want to give her back $500 to be able to go have a Christmas, because you shouldn't have to choose between rent and Christmas. And I get it, you do. My husband and I have had to do that. We had to skip Christmas one year, basically, which is one reason that we're so passionate about this kind of stuff. So the next one is Riley. And she actually was chosen because she's an 80-year-old woman, still working full-time, still can't afford Christmas. I don't know a lot of her story. I do know she's had a little bit of life happen, but I also know that she's just a really hard worker. And it's not uncommon anymore for people to work up into their 60s, 70s, 80s and still be paycheck to paycheck. One more reason why I'm so passionate about teaching people how to make this income online, because it's residual. It comes in every single month. And then when you die, you gift it onto your kids. Like, this is something that is inheritable also. The next one, so actually the next two, but the next one is a little bit more personal because I know the girl's family. There's a girl that works with us. Her name's Trish Hoppner. And her brother has been battling cancer for a while. I remember even when I joined, I believe he had already been diagnosed because I remember them telling stories about it. And like, one thing that she was doing with this business was helping her family. Well, this year he actually passed away. He left a wife and 5 little kids. And so Trish actually nominated her sister-in-law for this. And that's one reason that we picked her is we really know her story. And this is something that it sucks this time of year. It definitely sucks. And I'm going to like try not to cry because I don't like these stories. But just a way to be able to kind of help her be a blessing to her family. And then the last one, and this is another one that honestly just really sucks. Her name is Christiana Summers. And I say the last one, again, we're doing 20. This is the 8th winner so far. So there's still 12 more that we'll be announcing before Christmas. But Christiana Summers, several months ago, I think beginning of 2019, her house burnt down. Their house burnt down. It's her and her husband and several little kids. I don't know how many, but I know they have a lot. So that was bad. But then a few months ago, her husband was in a car crash and he died. And she's also pregnant. So she's left here alone. They didn't really have a house because their house burnt down. Like, they're still dealing with that. That doesn't get fixed in a couple of months usually. And then she also just lost her husband and she's expecting a baby. Like, I remember how emotional I was expecting a baby and there was nothing going wrong in my life. Like, I was doing good. So I don't even know, like, I can't put myself in her shoes whatsoever. So those are the 4 winners. We will have several more before Christmas. So just stay tuned and make sure you're following me. Click follow first. Make sure you see everything. And have a good rest of your weekend, guys. Bye.